Democrats so far have not caved into Donald Trump's pressure to include $5.7 billion in the spending bill for the border wall. However, it does appear that there is a Democrat who thinks maybe we should reword things and not have a physical barrier, but something known as a smart wall. US House Majority Whip James Clyburn, a Democrat, told reporters that Democrats could fulfill Trump's request for border security with a smart wall that includes drones, X-rays, sensors, and more Border Patrol agents. So rather than using that $5.7 billion toward a physical barrier, the money could be used for enhanced and improved technology at the border. Also, Representative Steny Hoyer, the second-ranking House Democrat, also said Democrats would be discussing, quote, substantial sums of additional money for border security as part of a possible deal. Now, so far, these are two Democrats. It doesn't appear that any of this has come to fruition, and they're not calling for a physical barrier, which is what Trump is demanding.
Okay, so let's do the fun part and then the serious part. The fun part is that Anna and I have a bet, and I said the Democrats would cave at some point and give Trump largely what he wants, and we playfully put $50 on it. And I mean, I don't know if that's real, really. I mean,
it's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, and yesterday I gave credit to Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic leadership for standing strong on this, and so far not conceding to anything that Trump had wanted. And in fact, somebody asked me about it on Twitter, and I said I'm going to pay Anna the $50 because it looks like they stood strong. And of course, I mean, no one could snatch defeat from the jaws of victory better than Democrats. Anna, now let's get real, okay? These are not two random Democrats.
No,
That's
I know.
the number 2 and the number 3 Democrat in the House. And why are they going out there instead of Pelosi? Because Pelosi's basking in the glory of all the credit she's getting for standing strong against Trump. She doesn't want to say they're going to give the $5.7 billion. So she sends Clyburn and Hoyer to say, maybe we'll give it to him, okay?
First of all, you are speculating that Nancy Pelosi is behind the scenes,
No, but she is, she's the leader.
No.
Look, put the bet aside, who cares, right? And
I care.
Okay, no, but keeping it real, guys. The number 2 and number 3 people in the House don't go forward and make these public statements without checking with the House Speaker.
Okay.
I mean, they're not going to go and just go behind Pelosi's back.
You're still speculating. You have no proof of that. But okay, fine. I'll concede that point. Let's just say that that's what's going on. I just don't think that Democrats are going to cave. Politically speaking, right? This is a good strategy because the majority of American voters, okay, this includes Democrats and Republicans, do not support the wall. Trump's approval rating has slipped 6% to 34%. This is hurting Trump, and he knows it, and he's getting desperate. He's getting so desperate that he's planning, the administration is already starting to draft a national emergency order. And so he's not getting through to Democrats, he's getting desperate, his approval rating is slipping. Nancy Pelosi is getting a giant round of applause from people she wouldn't usually get a round of applause from, including
me,
us.
Right?
No, I mean.
No, but Anna,
and it's not a physical barrier, Cenk. It's not a physical barrier. You're moving the goalposts. That's what's happening.
No way. Look, I'll give you the money. I don't care about the money. Look, when you're analyzing this, look, I'll give you the money under almost any circumstance. If they give him less than 5.7, and if they give him 1.3 for the wall, if they give him 2.5 for the wall, but they get the Dreamers in return, that's a deal I actually could live with, etc. That's totally fine. But they got him on the ropes. You're right about that, Anna. There's no reason to let them off the ropes. But that was my thesis. They're Democrats, they can't help themselves.
No.
Because the optics of giving him $5.7 billion, even if it's not for a physical wall, but to call it a smart wall, those are bad optics.
Yeah, very bad optics.
Why would you agree to that?
I agree with you on that, yeah.
Why would you send out the number 2 Democrat to say that they will give him substantial sums of additional money? Why would you do that? And so 1, because they can't help themselves, they're Democrats. 2, remember, look, the unions give them a lot of money. And the unions, workers are hurt, dog. Don't ask them if that's all right. And by the way, and the workers are hurt and they do care about that. So it's a combination of all those things. And so all of a sudden, now the Democrats are offering an olive branch when they don't need to. Politically, they could just keep hammering. He has literally lost And Nate Silver is doing a running tally of this. He's lost approval ratings every single day since the shutdown.
It's wonderful. If Democrats cave, it will be disappointing. And while I do enjoy this, back and forth about the bet, look, my real concern is about what this means if they do cave to Trump. You think $5.7 billion is all he's gonna ask for? There are some estimates that indicate building this nonsense wall, which will do nothing to solve the problems that he claims he's worried about. It'll be around $70 billion. That's US taxpayer money, and it will embolden him in the future to continue acting like the child that he's acting like right now. They cannot cave. It would be the stupidest thing for Democrats to do.
And look, if this time, so far it's 34 days, and he's getting pummeled, 6 out of 10 Americans say it's clearly his fault. It's not both sides, clearly his fault. Approval rating down to 34. He holds on for this long. If the Democrats seem to give him most of what he wants, he'll think, oh my God, there's no circumstance under which they wouldn't give me what I want as long as I hold my breath for long enough. And he'd be kind of correct about that. So they gotta be really careful here. I'm not saying don't do any deal. I've said for a long time, hey, give me a permanent protection of the dreamers, and let's make a deal. Half the money for the wall, call it a smart wall, call it an invisible wall. Say it's like the F-35, it's there, but you can't see it. Okay, okay, those are all fine. But just giving him the $5.7 billion and not getting anything in return, even if it's not for a physical wall, is terrible optics and bad policy. So I hope to God that they don't actually follow through on that. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.